Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Scott. I'm coming to you with another Truth Talk. Normally I only do Truth Talks maybe once a week, but I really felt like today I needed to share with you, something that God dropped in my heart. In a world that we live in that is full of turmoil, full of sickness, full of hate and pain, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And I believe that as I was praying this morning, that God was speaking to me that there's someone out there that is, battling the spirit of fear, that they don't know where to turn to, they don't know what to do, maybe even on the verge of even being afraid to leave the house. But God's speaking to you this morning. I think we've all battled that spirit of fear, that we're afraid to do things. We're afraid to talk to this person or that person. We're afraid to deal with certain subjects, and then the all encompassing the fear of the unknown. So, I wanted to drop in your spirit this morning a little verse that God gave me over 20 years ago, and I've held on to it every day of my life. And any time that I feel that spirit of fear creeping in, because there was a time that I didn't know what was going to happen from one day to the next. I had gotten to a point that the enemy had stolen so much from me that I'm thinking, what else could he take? And so I was afraid that every time I woke up, what new thing was I going to have to face this morning? But it all was wrapped up in a spirit of fear. And God gave me this verse out of 2 Timothy. And I remember many times, especially as a young Christian, I would quote this verse to myself. I would just over and over and over until I got it in my spirit, till I believed it, till my spirit believed it, and I made it through that valley. Because folks, we all face valley times. When we walk through those very valleys of the shadow of death, there's times that, we struggle. There's times that there is fear involved. And if someone tells you that they've never faced fear, if they've never battled, that spirit of fear, they're either a liar or they don't get out of their house or do anything, because we all face that. I quoted this in a video not too long ago out of the book of Job. Job says that a man that is born of a woman, his days are few and full of trouble. We all face things that we battle against. And so this verse that God gave me out of 2 Timothy comes from chapter 1, and it's verse 7. It says, "For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Amen. Power, love, and a sound mind. Power to know that I can do all things. I can face all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I can, fight any battle. I can face any obstacle. I can go through the very valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil. Why? Because He is there with me, facing that with me. It'd be like the 3 Hebrew children. They didn't have to face the fear of the fiery furnace alone, because Jesus was there with them. Amen. Walking through that fire, and He will do the same for you. He gives us the spirit of love, knowing that we are not alone, that we will walk through this life with Him, because He so loved us so much that He sent His Son to die upon a cross for us. You think that His love stops there? No. He knows the struggles we face. He knows the things that we go through, and that's why He is there with us to face those things. And Jesus is like that proverbial big brother. That's why He tells you, look, the battle is not yours, saith the Lord, it is mine. He's going to stand up for you. If God be for you, who could be against you? Amen. And then a sound mind. In the world that we live in, who does not need a sound mind? How are we going to face another pandemic? How are we going to face the economics that is in our country today, that, where everything is so expensive? How are we going to send our kids to school? How are we going to put clothes on our backs? How are we going to make the house payment? How are we going to put gas in the vehicle? How are we going to pay the doctor's bills? All these things that we face. He gives us the sound mind and tells us that no matter what the enemy throws at us, whatever the enemy means to destroy us, God says that you can have that sound mind, that I will take whatever the enemy throws at you and turn it around for your good. Amen. Amen. So I understand we all struggle. We all face things. But God's telling you this morning, look to the hills from where your help comes from, because your help comes from the Lord above. And He has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I pray that this little video has helped you today. And even if this video is not for you today, maybe you know someone that it is for. Share it with them. Share it with them, and hopefully it'll help them. This is Pastor Scott coming to you with another Truth Talk, and I hope that you have a blessed